Alright guys, another movie based on a video game. Praying it's one of the good ones.
Good time.
He's my friend.
Let's go! This is my power. And I'm using it to protect my friends. Let's go! Let's go!
So Sonic the Hedgehog is a new movie that's based on the video game of the same name, and in Sonic the Hedgehog, as you can imagine, we follow Sonic the Hedgehog. But anyways, in Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic is voiced by Ben Schwartz as he lives in this place called Green Hills, which, by the way, nice reference. And while living in Green Hills, Sonic lives a very exciting yet at the same time a very lonely life until one night when he causes a huge power outage that causes the government to hire and employ Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, to find, discover, and basically experiment on Sonic. Alrighty guys, let's get into Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you guys have seen most video game adaptations, most of you will know that most of the time, they pretty much suck. Especially when it comes to the Resident Evil movies. Oh god, you guys know the absolute disdain I hold for that franchise. And of course, when it came to Sonic the Hedgehog, I won't say I didn't think it looked terrible. I thought it looked fine, but pretty much everyone out there, myself included, thought the original design of Sonic, oh god, yeah, that was nightmare fuel to say the least. And pretty much the entire internet just attacked, not just criticized, but attacked the design, which caused the critics to say, okay, maybe we should probably redesign the design for Sonic in the movie, and to their credit, they did a phenomenal job with them. But anyways, do I think that Sonic the Hedgehog was a particularly great film? No, but at the same time, do I think it's a lot of fun? Absolutely yes. I actually think that this is one of the better video game based movies out there. Now, like I mentioned before, when it came to the redesign of Sonic, Sonic looks pretty much like it does in the video games, and I gotta give a lot of credit to the designers and the animators out there for taking, 5 months to redesign Sonic, because this was originally supposed to come out in November, and for them to do this, that I have to give them a lot of props to that, because they could have said, no, we're going to keep them as it is. But one huge thing I gotta give to these guys is that the creators, the producers, the filmmakers behind Sonic the Hedgehog actually seemed like they cared about making a movie that not only appealed to a wide audience, but actually, appeal to gamers. Though as you guys can imagine, a redesign of a character can't carry a movie on its own, though I have to say that the voice actor for Sonic, Ben Schwartz, did a great job. Played Sonic as if he was a kid that was constantly sugared up all the time, like just had all the candy in the world, would not shut up, and you would think that after a time it might get annoying, but surprisingly, it's really endearing, it's entertaining as can be, and at times, it's actually kind of sweet, which I didn't expect at all. Throughout the history of Sonic games, there have been a multitude of voice actors, the most recent, I believe, being Roger Craig. I thought that Ben Schwartz did a good job of bringing his own interpretation of Sonic. One particular thing that I was surprised about this movie that I liked was actually James Marsden, who plays the cop that teams up with Sonic the Hedgehog. I cannot believe I forgot to mention that was explain the plot of this movie. But when it came to James Marsden as the cop, who essentially takes Sonic and to take him to his goal, I thought that not only the interplay between them was really good, but the back and forth, the chat all between the two of them, entertaining as can be. But out of everybody in this movie, the standout in this movie, and I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard the praise, I'm only going to be echoing the praise out there, but man, Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik, perfect. Because if you guys have played the games, Dr. Robotnik, of course, is very crazy, he's eccentric and energetic as can be, and Jim Carrey absolutely nails the character of Dr. Robotnik. Every time he came on screen, I was laughing my ass off, especially this scene.
I like a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk.
Of course I want a latte.
I love the way you make them!
I actually know someone that saw this movie last week, and he compared Dr. Robotnik, or Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik, to Ace Ventura, and I can see where he was coming from. Now, is that a bad thing? Absolutely not, because Dr. Robotnik in this movie, how Jim Carrey plays him, I feel like it allowed him to tap into that energy of Ace Ventura back in the 90s, and I feel like it only worked to his benefit, because every time Jim Carrey came on screen, he was eccentric, crazy as can be, and it was entertaining every time I saw him on screen, and the banter that he had with his soldier, oh my god. Another thing I will say is that when it comes to writing the story for Sonic the Hedgehog is that there's always so much that I feel like you can do when it comes to adapting a game, because if you're trying to adapt one of the earlier Sonic games, there's really nothing that you can do in terms of making a story. But when it comes to adapting one of the newer games, of course, since they're so long, there's only so much, once again, that you can do in terms of condensing I don't know how many hour game into essentially an hour and a half movie. But when it comes to making the storyline of this film, I feel like that when it came to doing that, they did the absolute best they could have done when it came to adapting a Sonic game into a movie. And something else I also really liked about Sonic the Hedgehog is that, of course, they're aiming for this film to appeal for a younger demographic, for little kids, but at the same time, there is so much entertainment for this movie, not just for little kids, but also for adults as well, too, which makes this movie pretty much perfect for an entire family. But out of all things, the best thing I could say about Sonic the Hedgehog is that the movie throughout is just a lot of fun. It's entertaining, it's fast moving, and it's honestly a really funny movie. And also, given how this movie ends, not only would I actually like to see a sequel, but if they made a franchise out of this, I would be there to see all of them. Now, like I mentioned before, did I think this movie was great? No, because I do think there are issues. The story, for example, is a story that we have seen done before a billion times beforehand. A character that comes in from another universe that has another person help them to their goal, and when a person has a single gift that everyone wants, a entity or something like that basically hires a very smart or very crazy person to track that person down. It's been done many, many times before, so as a result, this movie story is actually pretty formulaic to the T, and also pretty cliche. Now, when I say that, I will give them credit at the same time, because while a lot of movies, whether it's based on an animation, a TV show, or a video game for that matter, when they're bringing a character from a different source material to live action, a lot of the time they treat like a fish out of water story, and here they don't really treat it like that, so I do have to give them some credit for that, but at the same time, still the storytelling is the exact same as those other source materials out there. And yes, while this movie is very entertaining pretty much throughout, at the same time, it is a very predictable movie. I mean, it's pretty predictable. From how the story plays out when certain character decisions are made, you just think, okay, it's gonna go this way, is it? And certainly enough, it does. And I guess if I were to really reach, I mean, this is really reaching for an issue here, but there is a bit of a contrivance where Sonic is supposed to get to a goal and he needs James Marsden's help to get to that said goal. And I feel like that he doesn't really need James Marsden's help, because he could get to that goal in a pinch like that. But I feel like that they did need James Marsden to extend the film's running time. Now, don't get me wrong, I like their banter at the same time, but I can't help but feel that Sonic could have just made it to his goal all on his own. So overall, simply put, Sonic the Hedgehog was just a lot of fun. And not only is Sonic the Hedgehog a lot of fun, it's entertaining throughout, it's really funny, and at the same time, surprisingly enough, there's actually some heart put into it too. Sonic the Hedgehog is a movie that does a great job appealing to little kids, but also to adults, but at the same time to the gamers that also grew up playing Sonic the Hedgehog. So all in all, I'm going to give Sonic the Hedgehog a 3.2 out of 5 stars. Like I mentioned, it's not a great movie by any sort of the imagination, but at the same time, this is actually a good video game adaptation that does its source material justice. Alright guys, so comment down and let me know below. Have you all seen Sonic the Hedgehog? Or personally, what is your favorite game of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise? For mine, Alex, what was that Sonic game that we played on the GameCube constantly? Was it Sonic Adventure 2 Battle? That's the one. Okay. Thank you. I should have known the title for that, but knowing that my brother was right outside, I had to ask him. But yeah, if you guys had a GameCube and had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, you will know the nostalgia with that. Oh my god, yes. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if you want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links, the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Sonic the Hedgehog. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video of mine goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos or reviews, please click either right there or there. And of course, until my next video, I will see you guys next time.